Are you stuck in a cycle of toxic relationships, and how can you break free? What if I told you that the key to escaping these patterns lies within you? Yeah, I'm talking to all my Sigma women out there. Stay tuned, because this one's for you. All right, let's dive right in. You know what it's like to feel like you're stuck in toxic relationships, right? The drama, the confusion, the constant cycle of push and pull. But here's the thing. Sigma women have a unique strength to see through all of that. But even you, with your independence and strength, find yourself tangled in these unhealthy patterns. Why? Because strong women like you are often targeted by toxic behaviors. But don't worry, you're gonna break this down and figure out how to unravel these patterns once and for all. Let's talk about those red flags you know too well. If you're a Sigma woman, you might find yourself attracted to relationships where you give, but never receive in return. Or maybe you're drawn to people who love the idea of your strength, but only in ways that benefit them. It's easy to fall into these patterns, especially when you're taught that caring for others means neglecting your own needs. But here's the thing, no more. It's time to recognize these toxic cycles and break them, because Sigma, you deserve better. Let's talk about something crucial here, codependency. It's one of those subtle but powerful toxic patterns. Codependency happens when you find yourself too focused on someone else's needs, often at the expense of your own well-being. And let's be real, Sigma women, you tend to give so much, but sometimes that leads you to lose sight of what's best for you. If you're constantly worried about how someone else is feeling, or you let their actions dictate your mood, that's a sign. It might look like you're loving them, but in reality, you're losing yourself in the process. Here's the thing, Sigma. When you fall into this cycle, it becomes harder to see that your value isn't tied to someone else's approval. It's a trap, and breaking free starts with realizing that you don't need to save or fix anyone to feel worthy. Now it's time for the juicy stuff. How do Sigma women unravel toxic relationship patterns? Here are some ways you can flip the script. Recognize your worth. You are enough. Full stop. Once you realize that, toxic behavior starts to lose its power over you. It's easy to forget your worth, especially when you've been caught up in relationships that don't serve you. Society often teaches you to seek validation from others, whether it's through compliments, approval, or love. But here's the truth. Validation shouldn't come from anyone else. Your worth doesn't rely on the opinions of others. It's something inherent in who you are. You have value because you exist. When you embrace this, the opinions of toxic people won't affect you as much. Toxic behavior thrives on making you feel less than, making you doubt yourself, and lowering your standards. But when you know your worth, those tactics don't work. Recognizing your worth starts with understanding that you are not defined by the way others treat you. Too often, you might find yourself internalizing the bad behavior of others, thinking you deserve it, or that you're somehow the problem. But you are not the problem. You are worthy of love, respect, and happiness, simply because of who you are, not because of what you do for others. Once you realize this truth, it becomes easier to set boundaries, to say no when necessary, and to walk away from relationships that don't align with your values. You stop accepting disrespect and start demanding better for yourself. Your worth isn't tied to how much you give, how much you sacrifice, or how much you tolerate. It's about how you value yourself. When you believe in your worth, you attract people who also value you. You no longer tolerate toxic behaviors or unhealthy dynamics because you know that you deserve better. It also helps you realize that your happiness isn't dependent on anyone else's actions. You begin to understand that your joy comes from within, and no one else can control that. Recognizing your worth means choosing yourself first. It means putting your needs and desires above others' expectations. You understand that you don't need to please everyone, that it's okay to prioritize your own mental and emotional well-being. Once you embrace this mindset, toxic behaviors lose their grip. They no longer have the power to manipulate or control you. You become empowered, and that empowerment radiates outward, affecting every area of your life. People who don't value you will naturally fall away, and you'll start to surround yourself with those who uplift and respect you. So remember, you are enough. This is the foundation of everything. When you truly recognize your worth, you step into your full power, and nothing or no one can ever take that from you. Before we move on to the next points, if you're finding this video helpful, please take a moment to like and subscribe. It really helps me keep creating content that empowers you. Now, let's continue with the next steps in how Sigma women can break free from toxic cycles. Trust your intuition. Your gut knows what's up. When something feels off, listen to it. Sigma women are intuitive by nature, so trust that inner voice. You've likely had moments when something just didn't feel right, even if you couldn't put your finger on it. Maybe it was a person's behavior or the vibe of a situation, but deep down, you knew something was off. That's your intuition speaking to you. Your intuition is a powerful tool. It's your internal compass, designed to protect you and guide you toward what's best for you. As a Sigma woman, you're naturally in tune with your own feelings and the energy of the people around you. This heightened sense of awareness allows you to pick up on subtle cues and signals that others might miss. So when your gut tells you something's wrong, don't dismiss it. Trust it. Intuition isn't about logic or facts. It's about the deep knowing feeling that surfaces when something doesn't align with your true self. If someone's behavior feels manipulative or insincere, your intuition will catch it. If a situation feels draining or unhealthy, your gut will let you know. Don't ignore it. Often, you may try to rationalize away those feelings or second-guess yourself, but doing so only leaves you vulnerable to being caught in toxic cycles. Trusting your intuition means giving yourself permission to listen to that quiet inner voice and take action. When something feels off, it's your body and mind trying to protect you. It's a signal that says, "Hey, pay attention." Trusting your intuition can also help you avoid situations that aren't good for your mental or emotional health. Instead of second-guessing yourself, lean into that gut feeling. It will save you time, energy, and heartache. Sigma women are especially skilled at reading people. This intuitive ability allows you to sense when others are not being authentic or when they might have hidden motives. It's part of your natural strength, so don't shy away from it. Listen to your feelings, trust your instincts, and act accordingly. The more you trust your intuition, the stronger it becomes. It helps you navigate the complexities of relationships and situations with clarity and confidence. It leads you away from toxic people and unhealthy dynamics, and towards those who honor and respect your value. Trusting your intuition is a form of self-respect. It's telling yourself that you know what's best for you, even if it's not always the easiest or most popular choice. When you follow your gut, you make decisions that are in alignment with your true self, which helps you stay true to who you are. So, Sigma women, trust your intuition. It's one of the greatest gifts you have. Listen to it and let it guide you toward healthier relationships, greater self-awareness, and a life that's in tune with your needs and desires. Set boundaries. Like a boss, saying no doesn't make you selfish, it makes you strong. Clear boundaries are your best friend in avoiding toxic cycles. Setting boundaries is one of the most empowering things you can do for yourself. It's a way to protect your time, energy, and emotional well-being. As a Sigma woman, you already know the value of your independence, and setting strong boundaries is a way to preserve that independence in all areas of your life. When you set boundaries, you're essentially telling others, "This is what I will accept, and this is what I won't." It's not about being harsh or rejecting people. It's about creating healthy space for yourself so that you can thrive. And here's the truth. Saying no doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't make you selfish. In fact, it's one of the most courageous things you can do. You're showing others that your needs matter just as much as theirs. And when you honor your own needs, you teach others to do the same. Setting boundaries isn't just about saying no to others. It's also about saying yes to yourself. It's a way to prioritize your own well-being and protect your mental and emotional health. Boundaries are a form of self-respect. When you set them, you're telling yourself, I'm worth protecting. Whether it's telling someone you don't have the time or energy for their demands, or walking away from a relationship that drains you, boundaries are your shield against toxicity. It can be hard at first, especially if you're used to people-pleasing or always putting others first. But over time, you'll realize that your boundaries are a tool for maintaining balance in your life. People who respect you will understand your boundaries, while those who don't are likely not meant to be in your life. Boundaries allow you to show up as your true self, free from the stress and manipulation that often come with toxic relationships. And here's the thing, when you set boundaries like a boss, you become a magnet for healthy relationships. You'll attract people who appreciate and respect you, and those who don't align with your values will naturally fade away. By setting clear, firm boundaries, you're giving yourself permission to choose what's best for you. It's not about being rude, it's about being clear and intentional. In relationships, whether personal or professional, boundaries give you the space to thrive and grow without the constant pressure of meeting everyone else's needs. And remember, it's okay to enforce your boundaries, even if it feels uncomfortable at first. The more you practice setting boundaries, the easier it gets, and the more empowered you'll feel. So, Sigma women, set those boundaries. Don't apologize to them. You are worthy of peace, respect, and time for yourself. Boundaries are your armor, and they'll help you navigate the world with confidence and strength. By setting them, you are not only protecting yourself, you are also setting the standard for how you expect to be treated. Stop people-pleasing. You can't keep everyone happy, and that's okay. Focus on what makes you happy. As a Sigma woman, it's easy to fall into the trap of wanting to make everyone around you happy. You're naturally caring, compassionate, and considerate of others' feelings. But here's the reality, you can't please everyone, and trying to do so will only leave you drained and frustrated. People-pleasing is a pattern that comes from the belief that your worth is tied to making others happy. It's a cycle that leads to burnout, resentment, and a loss of your own identity. The truth is, no matter how hard you try, there will always be someone who isn't happy, and that's not your responsibility. When you focus all your energy on pleasing others, you end up neglecting your own needs and desires. You become so concerned with what others think that you forget to ask yourself, what do I want? The key to breaking this cycle is shifting the focus back to yourself. Stop apologizing for wanting to put your own happiness first. Stop feeling guilty for saying no or choosing your own peace over other people's demands. You are not responsible for other people's happiness. When you try to keep everyone happy, you lose sight of your own goals, values, and passions. It's important to recognize that your happiness is your responsibility, and it's okay to prioritize that. In fact, when you focus on what makes you happy, you become more fulfilled, balanced, and able to show up as your best self in all aspects of your life. People-pleasing can lead you to put others' needs ahead of your own, but you can't pour from an empty cup. You need to fill yourself up first, emotionally and mentally, so that you can offer the best version of yourself to others. When you stop people-pleasing, you create space for authentic relationships and genuine connections. You attract people who appreciate you for who you truly are, not for the version of yourself you've created to meet their expectations. Focusing on what makes you happy also means setting boundaries and learning to say no when necessary. It means being okay with disappointing others sometimes because you're not here to live for their approval. You're here to live for your own happiness, growth, and well-being. It can be hard to break free from people-pleasing, especially if you've been doing it for a long time, but the rewards are worth it. When you stop trying to make everyone happy, you'll find that your relationships become healthier, more fulfilling, and balanced. People will respect you more when you show them that you respect yourself. So, Sigma women, stop people-pleasing. Stop trying to be everything to everyone. Focus on what makes you happy, and let that be the foundation of how you navigate relationships and your life in general. When you prioritize your happiness, you'll find that the people who matter will support you, and the ones who don't were never meant to be a part of your journey. Next, Let's dive into more empowering ways to unravel toxic patterns. If you're enjoying these insights, please consider liking the video and subscribing. It truly means a lot. Let's move on and explore more strategies for Sigma women to take back their power. Own your independence. Whether it's financial, emotional, or physical, your independence is your superpower. Don't let anyone dim that light. Your independence is the foundation of your strength, and it's what sets you apart. As a Sigma woman, you understand the value of standing on your own 2 feet. It's not about isolating yourself or pushing people away. It's about having the confidence to live life on your own terms and not depending on anyone to define your worth. Financial independence means having the ability to support yourself and make decisions that align with your values. It's not about having a certain amount of money, but about having the freedom to make choices that bring you closer to your goals. When you're financially independent, you have the power to say no to things that don't serve you and yes to opportunities that align with your vision. Financial independence gives you the confidence to walk away from toxic situations without fear because you know that you can stand on your own. Emotional independence is just as important. It's about not relying on others for your happiness, validation, or sense of worth. When you own your emotional independence, you understand that your happiness comes from within, not from external sources. This doesn't mean you don't care about others or value their opinions. It simply means that you are in control of your emotions, not letting them be dictated by other people's actions or behaviors. Emotional independence allows you to protect your mental well-being and avoid being manipulated or drained by toxic individuals. It also helps you create healthier relationships where you're not looking to others to complete you, but rather to share a fulfilling, balanced connection. Physical independence is another crucial aspect of owning your power. It's about taking care of your body, your health, and your personal space. When you take control of your physical environment, you make choices that nurture your well-being, whether it's setting boundaries in your personal space or taking the time to care for your body through exercise, rest, and self-care. Physical independence is about maintaining control over what you allow into your life. It's about respecting your own needs and not letting others take away your energy. Owning your independence also means not letting anyone make you feel like you're too much or not enough. Your independence isn't something to be diminished or compromised for the comfort of others. When you stand tall in your independence, you become a force to be reckoned with. It's empowering to know that you don't need anyone to complete you. You're already whole. People will try to dim your light, to make you feel like you should rely on them or shrink to fit into their expectations. But remember, your independence is what makes you powerful. It allows you to create the life you want, free from the limitations that others try to place on you. So, Sigma women, own your independence. Embrace your ability to stand strong on your own, and don't let anyone take that away from you. Your independence is your superpower, and it's what will guide you to the life and relationships you deserve. Don't let anyone ever dim that light. Embrace solitude. Being alone doesn't mean being lonely. Learn to enjoy your own company and let it remind you of your strength. Solitude is not a punishment, it's a gift. For Sigma women, it's a chance to reconnect with yourself, to explore your thoughts, passions, and desires without distraction. You see, society often makes us feel like being alone is something to be ashamed of, or that we need to be surrounded by people to feel validated. But in reality, solitude can be incredibly empowering. It's in these moments of being alone that you truly get to know yourself. When you're comfortable with yourself, you become your own best company, and that's where true strength lies. You learn to rely on your own thoughts and intuition rather than seeking external validation. Solitude gives you the opportunity to recharge, reflect, and grow. It allows you to explore your inner world and connect with your purpose. It's also in these moments that you realize you don't need anyone to complete you. You are complete as you are. Embracing solitude means giving yourself permission to be alone without the pressure to constantly be in social situations or seeking approval from others. It allows you to build a stronger relationship with yourself, one that's rooted in self-love and acceptance. Being alone also provides clarity and helps you make decisions that align with your values. It gives you the space to listen to your thoughts without outside noise or influence. Over time, you'll find that solitude becomes a sanctuary, a space where you can grow, reflect, and find peace. So embrace it. Let solitude remind you of your strength and the beauty of being comfortable in your own company. It's an essential part of your journey toward becoming the best version of yourself. Prioritize self-care. Taking care of yourself isn't optional, it's essential. When you fill your cup first, you have more to give from a place of strength. Too often, we're told to put others first, to sacrifice our own needs for the sake of others. But here's the truth. You cannot pour from an empty cup. If you don't prioritize your own well-being, you'll have nothing left to give to others, and that leads to burnout, frustration, and resentment. Self-care is not selfish, it's necessary. It's about taking the time to care for your body, mind, and spirit so that you can show up as your best self in all areas of your life. Prioritizing self-care means setting aside time for yourself, even when life gets busy. It's about recognizing that your needs matter just as much as anyone else's. Whether it's a bubble bath, reading a good book, taking a walk in nature, or simply getting enough sleep, self-care is the act of recharging your batteries. When you take care of yourself, you're better equipped to handle life's challenges and support others in a meaningful way. Self-care also involves setting boundaries. Saying no to things that drain you and yes to activities that nourish your soul is a form of self-love. It means taking control of your time and not feeling guilty for putting yourself first. In order to give your best to others, whether it's in your career, relationships, or personal goals, you have to give your best to yourself first. This is the foundation of sustainable strength. When you take the time to care for your body and mind, you build resilience and confidence. You remind yourself that your well-being is a top priority. So, Sigma women, make self-care a non-negotiable part of your life. Fill your cup first, and you'll have the energy and strength to be there for others in ways that are meaningful and fulfilling. End the cycle of forgiveness without change. It's important to forgive, but you never need to tolerate the same toxic behavior over and over. Enough is enough. Forgiveness is a powerful tool, but it doesn't mean you have to continue accepting toxic behavior. Forgiving someone doesn't mean you have to let them back into your life or tolerate the same hurtful actions repeatedly. Forgiveness is for you, not for them. It's about freeing yourself from the grip of anger or resentment and reclaiming your peace of mind. However, forgiveness shouldn't be a free pass for people to repeat their harmful behaviors. When someone continues to disrespect you or hurt you, it's not about giving them another chance to do it again. It's about recognizing that you deserve better. Setting this boundary means choosing to walk away from toxic people and situations, even if it means ending relationships that no longer serve you. You don't need to keep forgiving someone who shows no intention of changing. Forgiveness in this context is about protecting your own well-being. It's about drawing the line and saying, "I will not tolerate this any longer." It's about knowing your worth and not accepting anything less than respect and kindness in your relationships. Ending the cycle of forgiveness without change is a necessary step in your personal growth. It's a way of teaching others how to treat you and creating healthier, more respectful dynamics. You deserve to be treated with love, dignity, and care. It's okay to forgive, but it's also okay to walk away when someone's actions show no sign of change. Sigma women know their worth, and they stand firm in not tolerating anything that doesn't align with their values. Enough is enough. When you choose to stop forgiving toxic behavior without change, you reclaim your power and set the standard for how you expect to be treated in all relationships. Now, here's the breakthrough moment for every Sigma woman watching. The way to finally break the cycle is through empowerment. This isn't just about leaving toxic people behind. It's about stepping into your own power, owning your story and saying, "I'm worth more than this." You break free by investing in yourself. Embrace your self-worth, reject toxic energy, and cultivate relationships that honor your strength, not diminish it. The Sigma female isn't just surviving, she's thriving. And by embracing that mindset, you'll attract people who match your energy and uplift you. Relationships should enhance your life, not drag you down. Sigma women, you are the blueprint. You're a role model for what it looks like to choose yourself, even when society says you should settle. But here's the kicker. Once you embrace your true self, flaws, quirks, and all, you will start to attract healthier, more fulfilling relationships. The power of self-acceptance is unmatched. You don't need to change for anyone. You don't need to fix someone else. Your worth is inherent. Period. All right, let's wrap this up. We've covered a lot, but here's the takeaway. Recognizing toxic patterns is the first step, and breaking them starts with you. By embracing your true Sigma self, your independence, self-worth, and inner strength, you can break free from toxic cycles. This is your time to shine, Sigma. Don't let anyone or anything hold you back from the life you deserve. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever been caught in a toxic cycle? How did you break free? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your stories. And if you want more empowering tips on personal growth, make sure to hit that subscribe button and catch my next video on empowering your inner Sigma.